The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, let's get started. Hey, how you doing today? My name is Ray, last name is Reynolds. Can you get a tablet and pen, please? I want you to write some things down today. I want you to learn how to get to millionaire and billionaire like I did. Not easy. You're going to get your hands dirty a little bit. In other words, you're going to learn how to play the game to win. So you need a tablet and pen. As we begin, this is always live, so you get stuck with me. I'm online 6 days a week if you need any help for the last 46 years, in person or online. Now, the first thing is there's no pictures or recording. Why? Because I need you to get here as a mindset. So the next thing from there, we're going to go through a couple things. There will be a time I'll say take a picture of a certain slide. So get that camera ready too. Now, what is our goal? The goal is to reach our goals every step of the way. You know, it's amazing with me. All right, when I was in the 3rd grade, I was told I was cheating on a math test, which I did it in my head. 6th grade, I'm writing with both hands and talking at the same time. They said I was retarded. I have total recall and an IQ of 203. You see, every time I hear someone say white man can't jump, that's called stupid. Since the guy that holds the record today is me, all right, the reality is I broke that record in 1981. And then I also have the fastest kick on the planet too. So let's cut to the chase and understand how to reach your goal. Now, I have everything I ever wanted, don't you? It's pretty simple. You see, I learned rules and tools as a kid. I had no choice. Born in a taxi, all right, living in hell. I just wanted out of hell, to be honest with you. So I learned how to pass what I call go. So today, let's teach you how to get all your goodies too. The ultimate goal is learning how to play the game to win. So now, do you want to be a millionaire? Write it down if you do. But if you write down I want to be a millionaire, I want you to change that to a corporation. You see, you cannot be a millionaire and keep the money because it's tax, 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 and probably when you're dead. Corporations pay tax when they're profitable. So let's understand how to play, and that's just a couple goodies I obtained. All right, I got to million to billion through corporate structure. So we got to play. Here's one of those pages. I said, take a picture. Go click. Right now. No. You see, what you realize is what I did for me. I didn't want to run a business. I don't want to own one. I wanted to own it, but not run it. How's that? See, there's a difference. Most people start a business and they stress themselves out and they fail 87% of the time. But what do we get to do? If we own the business and third party runs it, wouldn't that be better? Me, it's simple. I was 17 and a half years old. I was buying houses at auctions. I already brought $1 million in at 14 and a half when I invented Car Finder, having fun. From there, I had 22,000 payphones. Money coming in left and right. My problem was pretty simple. I was trying to get to $1,000 a month to pay my bills automatically. So like I said, take a picture of that page. Other pages do not. What do we get to do? Learn how to play the game. I believe everybody needs $100,000 a month coming in. That should be the minimum, $100,000 per month. Let's say I get you a Wells Fargo $100,000 line of credit and a checkbook. I'd tell you to buy 3 houses at a time. There's $5,000 down in 14 different states. I'd put them in a division process so I can separate liability. What does this do? Section 8 or have real estate office to maintain them for you. That way you start getting $10,000 to $100,000 a month. That's what I'd like you to do. Pay attention today. Now, would you like to go to Texas? You see, you got to realize you got properties like 100,000 below in different areas too. We get to play the game. What are we trying to do? Build up to that 100,000 a month. Now, I help my clients get dry cleaners. I wrote the book on dry cleaning, laundromats, car washes, and payphones and all kinds of stuff years ago, because that's what I was doing. I helped the client get 3 locations, and their income to the corporation now is $63,000 a month. I helped the client get a laundromat. I wrote a book on that too. What do we get to do? $30,000 a month. Isn't this auto income? Simple to do. So let's understand, storage units are one of my favorite. When I was controlling 44% of California's all storage units, that was fun because you just get money coming in. See, the reality is you're the owner, you're the investor, and all you do is collect money. That's the ultimate goal. So if we look at Wendy's restaurants, that's what they do. Management companies manage them for people all the time. Now, how about a Jack in the Box? How about a gas station? I've only learned how to play the game and auto income. And we play and we get to make money. So the ultimate goal for every one of you is to understand how to play the game to win. Now, years ago, I had my 22,000 payphones. They went out of business when they came up with what? Cell phones. So that was no fun. 3 years ago, I found my replacement, EV charging stations. So they actually replaced the cell phones because what? Or the payphones. It made money automatically. I like that because it makes money. So let's connect the dots. Let's say I can get you to listen today 100%, and I want you to take a card and get you for $100,000 plus, and I want you to take $30,000 off the card. That's it. Then you're going to maintain the payment. That's all you got to do. So that $30,000 to borrow money is not taxable to the corporation. You're going to bring in up to $8,000 a month. You're building your future. So what happens? If we do this, that's like $100,000 a year. But if we do it to division process that I invented in 85, 86, this is where we get up to $36,000 a month. How about we want to get $72,000? So if you connect the dots, we can use borrow money, which is corporate credit, borrow money, interest rate, and you write it all off, and finance the dream. Because where are you going to get the money? Win the lottery? Hell, get a raise? I don't think that's happening today. So guess what? When you hear the word no, you accept it. The answer is no. No, please. Somebody who says no, it's because they don't know how. Say thank you, walk away. That's what I want you to learn to do. Next, we're going to look at rags to riches like me. Hell, I was born in a taxi, thrown in a trash can. No one gave a shit about me, but I had to get out of hell. So draw the diagram in front of you. Let's understand how to play. Understand. Born in a taxi, thrown in a trash can. Mommy and Daddy didn't want him. Okay. And then what do you get to do now? Your journey begins today. Will you pay attention today, please? I've been out there for 46 years, online or in person, and got the nickname of the Godfather of Credit, being on KNX Radio for 49 years. We could play, and your journey could begin today with me. There's that diagram I want you to draw. I want you to think about something. I believe you didn't pay attention. I believe you sat there and people told you what to do and you followed like ducks and sheep. Sorry, don't take it personally. All right? It's like anytime you see something happen, did you ask how and why? I've been studying rich and famous people since I was a little kid. How did Bank of America bankrupt 6,000 locations so far? Did you ask? No. Corporation owns a corporation. That's called a subsidiary. That means they bankrupt a location called a branch number, and they take the money and the assets and walk away. and then they write it off on their taxes. We the people, you bring the damn pain home. We can look at Chase, we can use US Bank or Wells Fargo. Hey, how about Walmart? Had to pay all that money last month. Boom! From there, how about Sam's Club? We'll look at Geico. All right, one of Warren Buffett's companies running out of California, bankrupt 38 locations too. How about cities? How the blank does 11 cities file bankruptcy and stay in business? They're part of the system. Well, the United States of America Incorporated got 50 corps called states, and then states got cities. You see, that's a paper trail. See, your problem is still your lack of knowledge. I'm sorry to say, but you're getting older, slower. You're not as pretty as you used to be. If you don't learn to protect your assets and go get it, that's up to you. Hell, you've been trying all your life. You've been trying all your life to get past go and get to that million to billion. Problem is you didn't learn how it works. So what's your first goal of the day? Stop bringing the pain home. Next goal, learn to be a certified CFO, a true one. From there, we change our mindset to millionaire status. We look behind the curtain. That's what we got to do. So let's understand. I got to be with Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell. Rich and famous Hope family. She's using and abusing the shit out of me. No one cares. What did she do? I'm 3 years old when she dropped me off at the Redondo Beach Pier. All right? And rolled down that window. She said, if you're not here at 5 o'clock, I'm going to leave you there to die. She was a she-devil from hell. I ran over to the pier. There was a light. The fan kept me warm. There was a light in the hot dog stand. Oh, goody. I was hungry, so I ate out of a trash can. I'd watch people leave from McDonald's and go out of the trash and finish their food for them. It sucked. I sold off the pier for 3 days. Third day, you know what he did? The man grasped my hands. Ow! I thought he was going to kill me, throw me off the damn pier. You got a choice, little boy. You can have me call the police and go to jail, or you can take out my trash. Take out the trash, go to jail. What do you think I picked? I was known till the 9.5 years old. I was a kid. I was known as boy, clean the chum bucket. Boy, take out the trash. Heck, on the Redondo Beach Pier 20s, I went to their Palos Verdes mansion on the weekends, and I showed how horse and cow manure. I'm hustling for money. But you know what I did? We don't do? I looked behind the damn curtain. I looked at Marina Del Rey, Torrance Rocks, Palos Verdes. I saw money. How'd you get your money? I've been studying rich and famous people since I was a little boy. So let's understand the rules and tools today. Years ago, I got to help Ken Yarborough, who was a security chief at TRW and a Superior. There are rules and tools we set up. The rules are simple. You took your personal credit, you jacked it up, you dropped your score. Hell, you can't get any more. You backed yourself and your family in a corner. That's called silly and dumb. You should have taken every card and put a sticky in the back of it. You write down the limit of a card, 25%, 29%. If you made that scale, your score will never drop ever again. Then your excuse is, I had an emergency, I lost my job, blah, 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 blah. These two don't fluctuate. So why didn't you jack up the right card? What's wrong with you? I don't understand stupid. Do you understand stupid? People aren't stupid, they just do stupid. If we use these up to $1 million and maintain a payment, with these being at 29%, we maintain a 750 the rest of our life. Nobody in this planet should have shitty credit in the first place. TRW stood for The Report's Wrong, Thomas Raymond Woolridge, and Bicycle Parts. From there, they're basically taken over in 1996 by Experian. I drew the first one of these. It was simple, it was good, fair, or what I call hell no. So understand today, I'm going to say it again and again. We're going to learn the rules and tools and maintain a 750 score the rest of your life. So never forget the rules and tools that I'm trying to give you today, which you should have used all along, and you did not. And that's why some of you have shitty credit. So let's play. Take a picture right now. Go click, click, click. See, here's a page. We're going to take supply credit to cash credit. What does this mean? You're all jacked up over here. What are you going to do? Bankruptcy? No. Debt consolidation garbage? Nope. How about we take supply credit and turn it into cash? Why don't we teach you how to balance your debt and solve your problem? Because you're not going to get a raise or win the lottery today, are you? So again, I got classes all Saturday from 6 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You could actually play with me for free sometimes too. So the goal is to get you past go. Ultimate goal is going to be up to you. That's why I want you to get to realize raisecredit.com. Now I need you to be a certified CFO, Chief Financial Officer. I want your corporate, the one I hand you for free, to have division process and never bring the pain home. Would that be okay if you understand like my coaching programs? I hold their hand every step of the way. Now, I want you to write down the word blueprint call. See, what I like to do is get every client on the phone with me for an hour, with their partner of life as well, and I want to blueprint your life. I want to look at past, present, and future, good, bad, and ugly. I want to get to the family, talk about that, corporation, divisions. I want to talk about irrevocable trust so you can plan to die. Then I want to talk about your car and your house, auto income for $100,000 a month. Then I want you to talk about cash flow for your retirement. Do you know in my system was winning the game of business 46 years ago? Page 6, paragraph 3 said financial freedom, cash flow for your retirement. And someone else tried to use that too? Wow. There's always someone trying to steal your goodies, by the way. Now, I don't have a plan B. I think plan B is for losers. Anybody's going to settle for plan B? No, no, no. We stay to plan A. That way you keep winning, no matter if you get knocked down 1,000 times. So me, you're stuck with me in the beginning to middle to the end. That's right. I'm not going to pass the buck on you. All right. I've been helping millions of people, 50 million people so far, 31 million millionaire clients, and 29 billionaires. So you might want to play and get a billionaire too. So we focus on chapter 18. Well, let's understand. A corporation is a legal person. I'm not here to be CPA and attorney, but that's what it says. Now, I got lucky as a kid. I'm being used and abused by Mrs. Hope and her family. I'm 7.5 years old. They have a poker game every Wednesday night, and I listen to the poker game. Someone said a corporation is a legal person. I wrote it down. They tell me I was weird. Went to the Torrance Police Department. Next door is a library. Ma'am, what does this mean? She walked away. She was rude. 5 minutes later, here's a microfiche. Here's a bug. She was real big. I read the book. You've been reading the books and you've been hiring people that let you down all the time. Your CPAs and attorneys incorporating services. Okay, you didn't get to million to billion like I did, and why the hell didn't you? How many times do you allow people to rip you off? Come on, even friends and family. Now, I want you to look at this as a corporation, as a legal person. It may sue or be sued. That means you're the voice. Who do you think is going to be the duck and the sheep? Now, I sent away $10. I was 9.5 years old, and I found out corporations are free in all 50 states. Cost me $10. And what did I get? Helping Hand Industries. I'm 9.5 years old. All of a sudden, we got $100,000 of credit cards in the mail. What the hell? You see, back then, people got credit cards in the mail for personal and corporations all the time. From here, I got sued when I was 12.5. I didn't pay attention where it says may sue or be sued. I started using the word Braille from the Braille Institution. I set up the Orange County Blind Center. A little girlfriend of mine was blind in the commercial. I wanted to help her, do some fundraising too. So I got named in a lawsuit because the word belongs to the Braille Institution. I found out one thing flat out. Corporation gets sued, they sue you. You're the duck and the sheep. So what is our ultimate goal again? Never bring the pain home. So we look at these things today. All right, it's like when I heard as a little boy, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I asked the grown-ups what it meant. What they came back with? That's about it. I thought the grown-ups were stupid when I was a kid. When I grew up, I realized they were stupid. When I invented division process in 85, 86, it's how you protect your privacy and you don't bring the pain home. My goal is to get you to put your ducks in a row. Would that be okay if I teach you never to bring the pain home again? So warning about me, I'm honest and I'm direct and I'm blunt. I tell it like it is. I don't think you're stupid. I think you followed stupid. Half of you deserve your shitty credit. The other half don't. You went through bad times. But again, this is the truth. Can you handle the truth? So the reality is they nickname me the Godfather Credit in KNX Radio. I tell people what to do and I treat them like they're 2 years old. The ultimate goal. So let's play. To do what? Never bring the pain home again. So understand today, I believe you can't get to where you want to go because you don't know how. And then you hire other people, CPA attorneys and corporate service, and all these other coaches going blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'm going to give you rules and tools, and I'm not going to pass the buck. We're going to create a goal list. We're going to create a daily list, a weekly list, a project list, because I'm going to make sure you attain your goals. You might have to do them for you. Foolproof. Well, I made a promise to myself I'd never get married and have kids. Let's have a foolproof program. Got married, got 6 kids. I got 12 grandkids now too. So understand, my clients are rich and famous people. I've been known as the incorporator for rich and famous people for 46 years. Doesn't matter if it's Lakers, Clippers, and Angels and Dodgers too, or even Arnold too. Superman and Gold's Gym, college professor, homeless people too. All right, $1,600,000. Or I turned into a millionaire in Long Beach, California. She delivered the pizza to us. How about $1,200,000 in 9 months? How about people I help in prison like Freeway, Ricky, Dickie Ross? Gold and platinum cards up to $1 million, unlimited. How about Thomas? He was in prison for 26 years. It took me 6 months to rebuild him, literally build him up and away to get brand new dump trucks doing $5 million a year. I believe your biggest mistake is you because you don't understand how it works. Many years ago, when you were 14 to 16, you fill out a form called SS5 to get your SSN, Social Security number, and you get to file a 1040 tax return. Now you're going to know it's an SS5 form. Pay attention to it. They gave you one chance to try, and you keep bringing the pain home. I think you got to stop that. We, the people, were given one number, and they bond us up to $35 million apiece. Why don't we compare SS5 to SS4? Line 1 there says legal name of entity, individual person. Did you know the only form I could ever find out through my research all my life that the IRS created for banking and credit purposes is SS4? Your Social Security number says do not laminate, don't carry with you, and don't use for ID purposes. You break the rules every day when you do an application. Let's look at line 1. Legal name of entity, individual person. You can put your name right there. Now, if you don't file tax returns, you might as well go to prison like Wesley Snipes did. 3 years in prison, $5 million fine, ruined his life and career. Don't be a crook. All right. Let's write down irs.gov. Let's write down 1244. Let's find out that we, the people, have the right to file a single tax return with the corp and us combined together. And we almost not pay any tax, up to $3 to $5 million anyway. Would that be okay if we play the game? So let's look at Richard here. He won Survivor the first show. He ran around naked, almost died twice. His attorney said, you keep $375, the rest goes to the IRS. I said, no, it's not due till next year. Let's reference 3 times 5 and turn it to 15 million. He didn't listen to me or his attorney too. So let's understand, he pissed it away, 3.5 years in prison, 10 years probation. He invited that again being stupid. But the reality is simple. The lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. People aren't stupid. Half the people on this planet are freaking lazy. So if we look at the United States of America Incorporated, 50 corps, then cities and states, and then they created Chapter 9 bankruptcy. They needed a plan in case they have an oh shit day too. We, the people, Supreme Court says a corporation is a legal person. So we could stop bringing the pain home if we understand how it works. Today, I want you to write down division of me. Can you do that for me, please? Division of me. I want you to think about something today. That line 1 can have your name, corp, division, or subsidiary right there. There's basically the liability. It's going to have to be a duck and a sheep. But again, I'd like to build you $1 million of credit if you allow me to. Now, I always had 3 divisions of me and 5 closet divisions, my backup and a backup. See, I had a problem when I came out of that coma in 2011. Everybody's chasing me and calling me on the phone and want me to pay money, and he stole my life. What do? Simple. I basically filed bankruptcy in 2011, knew how to file it without showing up on my credit file. And then from there, I took my basically closet divisions and my divisions of me. I got $1 million of credit again in 6 weeks. Why don't people do this stuff? I bought my wife her next dream house. So I'd like you to think about a division of you. It gives you the ability for you, all right, to get credit, property. How about a franchise? So we don't bring the pain home again. So if we do this correctly, that car has been financed as a division. I guarantee the division of me, so in case I have a problem, then I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate. The division for the sign, the lease of the building, the property. The SS4 is taxable when you're profitable. How about we learn how to daisy chain credit? Why? Even American Express asked, would you like 99 more cards? But again, you have to learn to play the game to win. That's the ultimate goal. So if you have a corporation today, do yourself a favor, check it online, see the Secretary of State's website, and find your corp, find your name. You'll probably find your home address there too, because 87% do this wrong. It should be a mailbox, etc., or shared office space. You just added yourself to the national mailing list. So if we put our ducks in a row, we don't bring the pain home, because right now when they sue that corp, they sue you, and that sucks. How about we create a line of defense? The line of defense not to bring the pain home. That would be the ultimate goal for every one of you. Here we have a $100 million building. Here's a $1 million Lamborghini, here's the keys, one of the $5 million mansions, and a $1 million race boat. I obtained them, why haven't you? So we look at adding you to the credit system. What does it allow us to do? Why don't you allow me to build you corporate credit and loan money out to create money? So in other words, a corporation's a management company. Management. All right, it should never create liability. You should have a division for a franchise apartment complex and build a line of defense. In my series, Winning the Game of Business, years ago, paragraph 3, page 6, it said financial freedom. Then it said cash flow for your time. So if we look at up to $100,000 a month, that should be your ultimate goal. So I'm online 6 days a week or in person as well. You could play with me, beginning, middle to the end. I don't let you down. My team will support you, but then you're stuck with me. Now, here's the thing. 17 and a half, I was collecting properties at auctions. I got 19. They won't give me number 20. My loan to value problems in the way. What did I do? I transferred to my divisions, created a loan to value problem. And then I found that the buyer's a liar, the agent and the broker too, and the contractor, hell, they hire the subcontractor to stand outside Home Depot. Good laborers, but guess what they're doing? Trying to steal my money. So I decided at 21 years old to become the bank. See, here's what I don't understand about you. You sold a car before. When you sold that car, why don't you do what I did? I sold the car, very expensive one, financed by Ford Motor Finance. What do? They gave us a deposit. Oh, goody. And then they go, I'm going to go to the credit union and get the balance. No. One of my divisions will finance you. You've been pre-approved. So they paid and I paid. What did we do? Become the bank. Now that's only $413 a month. Not a lot, but it made sense for 7 years. So what do we do here? How about we learn basically what I did when I sold a house? That's $1,200 a month. See, why didn't you understand that you could be the bank every time you do something as well? But it's up to you, like you split deed properties. How about we learn the assignment of mortgage? How about you look at my system was designed for real estate, for billions in real estate, because that's what I did. How about Millionaire Founders Kit? How about we have the financial series? Become the bank, buckets, money, tax balancing, and we learn assignment of asset. See, the pieces you're missing today, that's because you didn't pay attention and follow along, look behind the curtain. I'm sorry you listen to silly and dumb people. Isn't it time to get your hands dirty a little bit? So I like to make you a money-making machine if you allow me to. This means, very simple, we're going to talk about OPM money, other people's money that I created years ago. Supply and vendor credit. How about I get you $100,000 to $1 million of credit? And then from what you pay a bill in 90 days, and then why don't you go sell on Amazon and eBay? We can save money today. Simple. Here's about $250 million of assets. Now, I obtained these 15 years ago. Why haven't you? You got to see today's list too. We get to have fun, the ultimate goal. So let's understand God's gift, the mansion in the harbor, the race boats and the yachts and the Duffys too. All right, having properties in all 5 islands as well. How about we get Lamborghinis? This is my favorite car. What do? We get to play the game and win. You see, I like helicopters and buildings too. But let's understand something flat out. All right, white men do jump, just stupid people say we don't. 1981, fastest and highest kick on the planet. Is that okay if we play the game to win? See, I don't give up on the goals till I achieve them. All right, I kicked out the lights that night. The Guinness Book of Records guy kind of pissed me off. So what do we get to do? We get to reach our goal. So the ultimate goal is, don't hear the word no, please. No means they don't know how. So say thank you, walk away, and let's find a way anyway. Let's remember we have the Millionaires Founders Kit. 12 books and CDs, literally the full blueprint to make a millionaire corporation. Why? I wrote it and I had it set up, and I was set at the Bonaventure, selling every Wednesday night for 32 years, 5,000 a set. So here's the thing I need you to focus on. I believe you're treading water, playing it safe. If you listen carefully today, I'd like to build you up to the 750 mark. Okay, no matter where you're at, build you up and away. Next, I'd like you to have a corporation. If you don't, I'll hand you one for free. You'll pay your filing fee. The division process. Now I want to get you cash credit up to $1 million and some checkbook money, a vendor supply money. See, this flat out is one thing, a must have. If you say you want to get to millionaire, these are must have things. Everything to me is rules and tools and steps. Now, receiving money matters. SS, what? 5 SSN, tax, and probate when you're dead? The reason the time of death is at the hospital in the first place is to say to the state and federal government. See, they know you can't take it with you, but they want to make sure your friends and family don't steal it too. They want their piece of the action. The SS4, no taxes due till we're profitable. Huh. So if we take the original blueprint that I designed at 9.5 years old, all right, I call it See It, Believe It, Go Get It. I've modified it all through these years. Corporation, you don't have one, I'll hand you one for free. You pay your filing fee, probably about $30 to $100. Simple. Because if you spent money to get one before, thousands of dollars, you didn't learn diddly squat, sorry to say. What is the goal? Stop bringing the pain home. Put your ducks in a row. Let me repackage you under the corporate umbrella. That would be the ultimate goal for every one of you. Now, I like helping rich and famous people. They're kind of fun. Doesn't matter if it's a couple presidents I've done too. Lakers, Clippers, and Dodgers and Angels too. What I found out a long time ago, they tend to listen better than most of you. What did you do? You sit at the kitchen table with your friends and family. We're going to start a business, honey. Oh, goody for you. You jacked them up. You dropped the score. You got stuck. You couldn't get any more. You hawked your house, backed yourself in a corner. And what did you do? You failed. That sucks. I call that silly and dumb, by the way. All right, you used the wrong damn cards. You jacked it up. Your goal should be to never bring the pain home, understanding how to play. So let's write down today's date. Let's focus on 90 working days. Let's go get it. From there, winning the game of business from Repackaging America, my company, 46 years ago. Page 6, paragraph 3, cash flow free for time. There I am, dead in a coma in 2009. Have you ever had an oh shit day? Come on, let's be honest. We all have oh shit days. July 5th, 5:41, I get to die in a coma. It sucks. So I just tell it like it is. I got 3 yachts in the backyard, no problem, worth about 3.7 billion in corporate structure. Wife wants to take the yacht out with a group of people to watch the fireworks. We didn't know one had a virus, and I got to die the next day. Kind of sucks. But the reality is I got a choice to come back, and I said, come back. Thank you, Jesus. Let's understand today. All right, if you don't have the Millionaire's Founders Kit, you might want to get a copy of it. My wife told everybody at the office he's in a coma, he's probably going to die. Next, she found Ron at the office with the U-Haul truck stealing my books and CDs. Next, she found Tom selling my websites and my phone numbers. You see, who are the people around you going to trust? You've been screwed up by friends and family already, a couple of them too. So don't spend thousands on something that doesn't work. So if you need a copy of the Millionaire's Founders Kit, pretty simple. The office will charge you $4.99. It's a giveaway. I give it away for $1.99. Ultimate goal if you Zelle during a broadcast. There's your Zelle information. Ray@RayCredit.com and Ray Reynolds recipient. That's all you got to do. See, running a business is started when it's not easy. You don't know if your friends and family are going to knock you off the cliff. They're going to catch you. You're going to die. I'm going to tell you, hold your breath. So what did I do? When I was 2.5 years old, being used and abused as a kid, I looked at the mirror that was crying my eyes out. I realized one thing. How do I get out of check when I don't have mommy and daddy and a family? I need to get out of hell. I realized if I get up at 2:25 every morning, okay, the abuser couldn't get me. Ever since then, I get up at 2:25 all my life. I can't sleep and pass that. I did it today, and I went to my niece and said, thank you, Jesus, for yesterday, today, and tomorrow. All right, thank you for the day. And then I go look in the mirror. See, I have to put myself in check. Don't worry, when you have an idea, you're going to go talk to your friends and family. You're going to explain what you want to do. They're going to interrupt you. They're going to tell you how to do your own idea. And they haven't done diddly squat. Isn't that amazing how that works too? But again, what's your choice? Learn to play the game to win. So July 4, 2009, 3 yachts in the backyard. There we go. All right, no excuse. Now, I basically had to move 24 times by the time I'm 11.5 years old and a lot of shitty people. I've been shot 3 times. I have been knifed 6 times. So I don't have an excuse like you might have. I'll give you 3 minutes. I'll take 3 seconds. So there I am dead in the hospital, took a picture, click. Wish I could have sat up and said boo. But what happened next is I get to hear my tax attorney trick my wife to sign a POA. Steals my life. The nurse had asked my wife if I went donor. The reality is I got a choice because my wife's falling apart. Jesus said, stay in peace or go back. I said, go back. So let's have no excuses from now on. Let's get you past go. I think you're all stuck. That's just my opinion. I'll show you Lamborghinis, Duffys, and mansions. I'll show you basically how white men do jumps to when people say we don't. I'll even show you more Lamborghinis. How about we look at race boats? How about helicopters, U-Docks, and yachts, and Ferraris? I call this Ray's Rules. Is that okay if we play my way for a while? Because I think your way sucks and didn't work. Ray's Rules. So let's understand what we want to do is use the blueprint called See It, Believe It, Go Get It. That's what I designed at 9.5 years old, and the ultimate goal updated it all through those years. So credit repair, I'm sorry. They don't have a magic wand. Okay, I don't either. I mean, one of my books coming out is called Bullshit Doesn't Pay Your Bills. So let's cut to the chase and understand. Credit repair, Federal Trade says it's fraud. They can't collect money up front, but they do. They say it in the Credit Services Organization, act the same thing, but they keep doing fraud as well. So what should you do? Why don't we Google Section 611? Find out what you can do for yourself. So you can understand something. If you have shitty credit, there might be a debt or two you might have to negotiate down the road. What's the first thing? Man up, woman up, be responsible. We have to understand, all right, we might have to pay a negotiation or something we might have to do. But you know what? If we take the 29% rule and tools that I give you today, put in that sticky, and do a rapid refresh that I invented 49 years ago, like rapid rescore, all right, it's going to block your crappy credit and push you up and away. And I call this the KISS method as well. Keep it simple, stupid is what KISS stands for. So there we go again. Let's give you 25 steps today. Let's accomplish the American dream. Intuit by Credit Karma, December 3rd, 2020. Credit Karma was indicted 3 times. All right, so let's get that because it's free. Next, we have to look at basically as we do this LifeLock. They have all those commercials, how they're going to guarantee this and blah, blah, blah. Sounds great. The only problem I have with them is be careful. See, they've been indicted 6 times. The last indictment's $100 million. So all I can tell you is be careful with that too. Now, we want to obtain your credit reports today, not tomorrow, today. I want to analyze your credit today. I want to show you exactly what can be done in basically 90 working days and getting to a 750 score. On Saturday, heck, I want to analyze you at 2 o'clock in the afternoon myself. All right, beginning, middle, and end, you're stuck with me. So here's that form you didn't pay attention to that says name to be shown on card, name other than born. How about the SS5? So you signed an SS5 to get an SSN and 1040 tax return. That card you have in your personal wallet today, it'll say do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes, or you don't carry with you. But what do? You keep doing it and breaking the rules and tools. It's Property Assessment Administration, not you, basically, that's IRS. So you got the SSN. You know, what you're supposed to do is understand that creates a 1040 tax return. That's all it does. So all of a sudden you have to understand, you got your first paycheck years ago, and you go, where's my money? Then the company said, hey, the IRS gets their cut, you get the leftover. That's how it works. So you got to realize we're all a bunch of ducks and sheep until we learn how to play the game to win. That's the ultimate goal. Now let's understand SS what? 4 and SS5. Look under the 1244, irs.gov. So that SS5 is what designs you. Now, if you didn't do it yourself, that means you were born in 1971 on. That's when Nixon took the gold standard out. How you receive money matters no matter what we say or do. Here's the SS4. Line 1 says legal name of entity or individual person. That's right there. The only form the IRS ever created that I can find about basically tax IDs for banking purposes. See, Wells Fargo, B of A, Chase, US Bank, all the banks, they bankrupt locations all the time, or grocery stores in cities, because their branch number has a separate tax ID. So if we learn to play the game, we can learn to win. It says banking and credit purposes right in front of you. Again, there's 4 things a corporation should do, only 4, and that's how it should work. Number 1, what it says is my rules, Ray's rules. It buffers tax. No tax is due till you're profitable. Corporations basically get credit and run it all off. I'll build it for you. Next, we think about car at fleet price and a free buffet at the hotel. That's all it gets to do. Now, the corporation, we're going to set up divisions. The divisions are the line of defense. They're cheap, multiple functions by wholesale price, multiple credit reports, and separate liability and real estate. So if we build a line of defense and build a corporate umbrella, we can build up to $1 million of credit. Isn't that the ultimate goal? Now, I'm going to guarantee what I say I can do 100%. I always do. I'm going to put it in writing. The difference is if you screw this up, it's on you. Keep in mind, you must be part of the program. Violation, there's only 2 things to not screw up. Don't apply for credit, don't jack up cards. That's the ultimate goal. So let's understand today, if you did violate, I have to charge you a fee or close your case. So basically past, present, and future. If you have a collection item, understand, you might have to negotiate 5 ways to kill a debt. Next thing we have to look if you have an IRS problem. There's a way to solve that problem too. They have a special form called 656, 433A and B. So we got to repackage ourselves the right way. Step number 3. So let's look at the goodies that I obtained before, and let's see if you want your goodies too. So if we analyze you today, what if we analyze today and do a rapid refresh and rapid score? Let's take your points and go up and away like this client here that started at 580. And then we push them up to 575. Okay, and so up and away as well. Here's a 550 or 757. Again, you have to be part of the program. So here's a client who has 651. By the time they have no green lights on this side, by the time I'm done with them, we create green lights that are basically positive accounts they can obtain. That's only 132 points. So here's a bankruptcy case. They got a bankruptcy and they have no credit. First card I popped in was $500. Build it up and away. Here's 11 collection account late even on their house payment and their car payment. Here's 3,000. So the goal is to block it, build credit, and basically negotiate your debt or two. Solve problems, rebuild you. Rapid refresh tends to block credit and pushes the score up and away. From there, if you're not a client today, it's pretty simple. Do the rapid refresh, go to class Friday or Saturday or both, and let's get you to the 750 mark. Let's charge you basically $999, okay? And let's give you a 1,000 card back to you. I want to give you a 1,000 card back to you, simple. Now, during the broadcast, I tend to discount it to $499. The ultimate go, then I give you a card for $500. When I was 26 years old, I wanted to help people for free. No one wanted to play with me. So the reality is I have to have skin in the game. I'm always going to give you back your money through personal business credit, up to times 10, by the way. The ultimate goal is to take away your excuses. So if you want that today with the rules and tools, understand, you would Zell. Starter package a corporation. Well, if you have one, let's build the one you got. If not, I'll add the one to you and give for free. You pay your filing fee. Let's do setup in level 1 on Saturday at 10:30 in the morning. And let's give you 5,000 credit back when you invest $9.99. 5 times your investment. Let's give you $24.99 when you invest 25. I'll give you 25,000 in credit. 5 times your investment again. So if we analyze you, add history, let's pop credit as soon as possible. And we want to build you up and away. If you want that package today, it is a Zell. Take a picture of Zell again. Ray at RaceCredit.com and Ray Reynolds recipient. If you need to call the office and talk to a specialist, it's 800-254-9506. If you use a card, they will charge you additional 5%. Now I need you to call a phone number, 888-567-8688. See, you're on the national mailing list. You did it to yourself. Cable bill, corporation or something, or maybe you're a voter like me. Why don't we opt out for 5 years or a lifetime? 888-567-8688. It's in front of you. Just call the number when we're done today. The next thing we got to think about is very simple. Let's plan the problem. See, if you plan the problem, you're going to be prepared. I believe you've had a friend and family member rip you off. I believe you spent thousands of crap to someone who let you down anyway, and you ought to follow through and understand how to play the game and be part of the program too. Safety credit, line of defense. So the dashboards I designed years ago are 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. The ultimate goal. So if we balance our debt correctly, the way I'm telling you to, what's going to happen is we're going to find the two cards that don't fluctuate. So if all cards fluctuate, all we have to do is make this combination of credit, and we never bring our score down ever again. Wouldn't that be the ultimate goal? Not to bring the pain home and maintain that 750 score no matter what you do? But again, let's say today you have an emergency or you lose your job. All right, what are you going to do? Most people in 42 days go jack it up, get stuck, can't get any more. And they want the world to feel sorry for themselves. If you had safety credit, you wouldn't be bringing the pain home. So what do we do? Let's look at a $5,000 credit card today. Let's say I needed $5,000 now. I go ask my friends, my family, and my bank. They're all going to tell no because I said I need it. So let's understand, the average person wastes $50 every other day. The payment on this card is $50 a month for $5,000. So if we did this correctly, rules and tools, we can learn the American dream and finance it every step of the way. They say you waste $140 a week. If that's true, that's $600 a month. This, if I took basically $50,000 off of a card, the payment is $626.12. So what do we do? So we could finance a business right off the interest rate in the credit card and not bring the pain home, and get two pizza restaurants with a drive-through, even during a pandemic. So we should have learned to play like white men do jump. Stupid people say we don't. How about when Nixon took the gold standard out? Now I need you to write down the following things. Are you ready, please? I'm willing to sacrifice a division, not the corp in my family. Simple. I have no intent to do fraud. I hope you wrote that down today, because that's the ultimate goal, to play the game to win. I call this to have your cake and eat it too. Raise rules. Step 7. All right. Become a certified CFO and never bring the pain home. Ultimate goal. So as we play this game, there I am in that coma, and I got to die 5/41, July 5th. Here's the largest U-Dock in Huntington Harbor. Well, I parked my goodies because that was my mansion, one of them too. Google the address, find out I'm telling you the truth. From there, I've been in 2 comas so far. One, I was crippled for life and got it because Jesus said so. Freaked them all out. Last one, I got to die and come back and help you. So guess what? The devil's trying to knock us all down. I believe God's delays aren't God's denials. So we have to play the game to win. The goal is to repackage everybody like Humpty Dumpty. My way works, their way doesn't work. I think your way, kind of sorry to say, sucks. All right, coaching programs with me. I coach people into millionaires all the time. Checkbook money. That means it's going to go into your corporate bank account. What's a corporation again? Who's the voice? You. So we got to realize the lack of knowledge is what makes people do stupid things. I think people aren't stupid. Half of them are freaking lazy. Here's a guy, I lost my job. I need to feed my kids. Then get off your ass at, go to the church for the food, have a garage sale, drive an Uber or Lyft. This is bull crap. Hey, I come out of a coma worth $3.7 billion corporate structure. I sold my wedding ring, my Rolex, my necklace, my bracelet, $16,400. What did I do? I took out my 3 closet divisions and my basically 3 divisions of me and 5 closets. So the reality is I built another $1 million of credit. Then I bought my wife her dream house. See, I don't understand why people stay down in the first place. It makes no sense to me. Worst case you do is repackage yourself, rebuild you in less than a year if you follow through. Divisions give you the line of defense. Some tenant might slip and fall, want to sue you and screw you up. So what do we look at a division? Restructure. What is our goal? Line of defense. Next thing we look at this, I'm willing to sacrifice a division, not the corp in my family. If you allow me to add my credit system with you and the tax ID, I get to build cash credit right away. That's the ultimate goal, as long as I position you as a CFO. So what do we get to do? From there, it's cash credit. Then I want to line you up for checkbook money from the bank. So the ultimate goal is like anything else. Now, I had a problem in 96. In 1996, I'm losing my limits of my cards. I have 53 million. What's happening? I'm not using all the credit, so they're going to restrict my limit. Every $50,000 I loaned out, I brought in $2,400 a month. Every $100,000 I loaned out, guess what did I got to do? I got to bring in 43 or 41.33 a month. Nowadays, it's understand, this is my book called Buckets of Money. And my first matrix I created for myself, trying to save credit. So I have my 9 divisions, I have my subdivisions as well. I got to the point that I had 41 divisions in place, having fun, creating 190,000 a month. 190,000 a month. That was the goal. Then I set up another one and another one. That's 41 divisions auto income. So let's understand today, if you have a core, please check it out. I want to make sure you use your home address, mailbox, etc., shared office space. What is our goal? Put our ducks in a row. When they sue that corp, they tend to sue you. Kind of sucks. How about we create the line of defense to protect our assets? So I want you to write down the word daisy chaining of credit. I developed a system years ago about daisy chaining credit, getting one card and then asking for 9 more. They do offer 99 more. Let's only get 9 to make 10. There's your $1 million again. Each division I set up are pretty simple. I'm going to add history, experience under an Equifax, set up the credit reports, about $2,000, and build it under the umbrella. You should have always 3 to 9 of these things. Each division is $499 each, 3 for $1,497. If it was done today during this broadcast only, you get 3 for $999. You get 9 for $24.99. There you go. It says Zelle. Always write down RW when you Zelle. See, I like goodies. Don't you like goodies yet? But I don't want to lose my goodies. Even the love ride I did with Neil Diamond a couple times too, and the Harley Road King. So we get to play and go get the goodies as well. $1 million of credit cards, $5 million of checkbook money. That's what I think you should do. So if I rebuild you here, how about over here we get the green card? Limited at 100,000, the other 2 for 30. That's 160 times 9. Is that $1 million yet? How about we get the Bank of America times 9? Wells Fargo, Chain card, have a gold card. I only like 5 cards out of the here. Then I want the other 5 cards. So the most I ever like is 10. But then from there, we should get some checkbook money at the bank. See, the bank's going to give you unsecured up to 150 when we give a 2-year corporation. These are the 5 that I like the best. They give you that line of credit up to $5.4 million. And we get to play the game to win. That's the ultimate goal. So let's understand, don't stop yourself. Only thing can stop you is you. So learn about buckets of money. And I got specialty classes at 8:30 in the morning on Saturdays. It's been changed to 9 o'clock now. From there, what do? We take the corporate credit that I build you. We remember borrow money is not taxable. You invest the borrow money, and the reality is, what are you going to do? You get properties, you get franchises, auto income. And what's the next thing is, all right, is basically have your cake and eat it too. Raise rules, step number 7, become the certified CFO and never bring the pain home again. If I gave you a check for $1 million today, what would you do? I'm sorry, most of you piss it away. I want to buy a house and a car. No, let's leverage it and reference by 3. Let's turn it into $15 million. So if you learn to play the game, you get to win. So understand something today. The goal is winning the battle, winning the game. So there's step number 8 today. So let's understand. You won the lottery. They told you to take the cash value. Oh, goody. You go to the bank, put the money there, and you have to pay interest and tax on the interest you earn. What if we tried something differently? If we had a division of ourselves to the corporate bank account, and you give the money to that corporation, you bank that money, and you ask the banker to sit down for 5 minutes or 2, you say, I want to borrow against and create debt. All right, debt also has taxes. Borrow money is not taxable. So that $1 million becomes up to $1 billion now. See, we have all these cities that file bankruptcy. How did they do that? States and cities, corporations. You could have did the same thing with no intent to defraud, by the way. The ultimate goal, but that's up to you. From here, we have to Google bankruptcy today because we don't know the next time something's going to happen on oh shit day. Is it your SSN or the SS4? Make a decision today. Be prepared for the problem too. Add you to my credit system. So if we want to, basically anything else is build you up to $1 million of credit. That's what I'd like to do, but it's going to be up to you to follow through as I add you to my classes as well. From here, beat your doubt, run your race, get out of my way while I rebuild you. That's what I'd like you to do. So understand getting past go. I believe in the gifts from the harbor, God's gift, the mansions, the race boats, the goodies, the helicopters, the Lamborghinis. Here's something I'd like you to think about doing today. I would like you to change your driver's license, insurance, registration. When you get pulled over by the police officer, they shouldn't have your personal information. Neither should be the bumpity bump. But if they sue you, guess who's the duck and the sheep? Find out what your state allows under the Privacy Act, please. But it's going to be up to you. As you structure this today, when you buy a car, it's fleet price tax ID division. You bought a car and let them sweat you for 5 hours. Up to 9 inquiries lost about $30,000. So if we do it my way, it would make more sense. Fleet price, tax ID division, the ultimate goal. So you buy a house jointly? No. You don't create a loan to value problem. You lose house or car, you know what they do? They report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now you got double shitty credit. So what do? Plan the problem. It's like today, if you're the registered owner of a pink slip and a car registration, you're the duck and the sheep when there's a bumpity bump. How about we make sure they get diddly squat? I'd rather protect your assets too. So as we play this game, we get to win. Every property you get should be a division. You should be separating liability. Your house payment offsets your taxes. What did Amazon do in the first 10 billion? They didn't pay tax in the first 10 billion. They did what they're allowed to do. Very simple. All right, we watched Musk borrow 44 billion from 3 banks because he didn't have the money in the bank. If it's money's in the bank, it's going to pay more tax. But then he got Twitter, and what did he do? X marks the spot? Tooly dumb? I don't know, but that's up to him. This guy basically plays the game too. From there, basically we have to play and learn how to win the game of business. So you could join the club if you want to and win the battle, but it'll be up to you. Run your race, all right? Literally get past go. Learn to be a certified CFO and never bring the pain home, pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. It's going to be up to you. See, your paycheck today is taxable income, is it not? You pay the car payment, gas, registration, insurance. The word no should be yelling out of your mouth right now. Why don't you drive a company car? Ultimate goal. So if we look at the SS4 today, we'll find out it says banking and credit purposes. We can pay attention and not be a duck or a sheep. We look at the SS5, it is SSN. Every woman has to sign the form when they have a baby since 1971. Baby cannot be released from the hospital. So they're leveraging us up to 35 million apiece. We're just a number. So if you buy a house, it's escrow, closed homestead, trust. But the reality is what happens, you have a house today, you don't have a trust, they sue you, they take it away. And then when you're basically dead, you get stuck under probate for your family too. So you got to protect your assets no matter what you do. So if we look at hiring the contractor, subcontractor, pretty simple. They're all trying to steal my money. Why don't I turn around and basically have my blueprint so that at the end of the day they get diddly squat? Would that be okay? We understand to protect ourselves, the irrevocable trust too. So the ultimate goal is pretty simple to learn how to play the game. So if you don't pay taxes and you basically screw up the IRS and you're just a crook, just go to prison. Wesley Snipes screwed up. 3 years in prison, $5 million fine. He ruined his life and his career. So remember, you can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. What is our ultimate goal? Well, we're going to basically use OPM money, save 70%. That means we're going to get open accounts and we're going to fix up properties, pay bill in 90 days. What is our ultimate goal? Leverage money, all right, buckets of money, tax balancing, all right, and we create the line of defense. That's 21, called Blackjack. So here we go, my office in 2009, Irvine Spectrum, 22,000 square feet building. From there, the ultimate goal, I got it everything lost and taken away, and that come in 2009. But again, let's understand how to play the game to win. It's my original blueprint called See It, Believe It, Go Get It, and modified over the years. 3 divisions of me, 5 closet divisions. I built my $1 million of credit in 6 weeks. Then I bought my wife her next dream house. So let's keep in mind there's 1,000 steps, rules, and tools to master. And that's the ultimate goal. See, currently you don't have your time has you. You got to change that, like coaching programs. All right, coaching is fun. So if you want, you can join my workshops as well, because I don't want you to be a millionaire unless you're a millionaire corporation. That would be the goal. So here's a client that I worked with, Joanne, and I helped her position all her pieces. and now she has basically $36,000 a month coming in. She started about 5 months ago now. From there, we look at the next one. For instance, this is basically Joseph. Leveraging money left and right, helped him up as well. But he has $95,000 a month coming in. He only started 7 months ago. So your goal is to understand it could be your turn is next. Our goal would be to blueprint you. Past, present, future, good, bad, and ugly. Family, corporation, divisions, irrevocable trust, our car, house, auto income, and cash flow for you for your time. A blueprint call with your partner of life is on the phone with me, and we charge $9.99 to do that too. When we're, again, I told you take a picture here. These are things I would say auto income for every step of the way. Own it, but don't run it. Mr. Buffett does the same thing that I've done for me and for you on your company's plus, and he owns Ketchup, Geico, Coca-Cola, American Express, Duracell, Dairy Queen, and See's Candy. He did auto income as well. So why don't we do that too? It would make more sense. The American dream. Properties under 100,000 by 3. Use a credit card, finance. The real estate office will maintain it for you, or Section 8. Isn't that fun? From there, would you like to go to a different state? So what do we look at? Dry cleaners, $63,000 a month. All right. From there, laundromats, $30,000 a month. Old Amigo storage units, $16,000 a month. So we have the ability for the Wendy's restaurants, the Jack in the Box, or at the gas station. So if we position this correctly and build a credit, we can finance the American dream and run it all off. Isn't that the dream and the goal? So I had my 22,000 payphones years ago. 3 years ago, when I replaced it was basically EV charging stations as we play this game. So understand, I like boring businesses. I'll build you $100,000, $2 million of credit. Let's take 40,000 of that and invest in a business. So you get up to 10,000 a month. Let's invest 100,000 to get 45,000 a month. Let's invest 250, you get 75,000 a month. Again, the goal is when you go to the expo, it's kind of like you're stuck. It's like the deer in the headlights. Why don't you own the business and let someone else run it for you? Why don't we pick the right type of business and understand real estate, franchise, storage units? I have a 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months program. The 6 weeks, I want to make sure you're in it. We're going to do the blueprint call with you. We're going to basically line you up for 25,000 of credit. We're going to expedite everything on Rapid Rescore and Rapids. And from there, we're going to add you to all the classes. Normally, this is about $11,596. If you did it today during the broadcast, it's $4,999. You're stuck with me, and that's the foundation to get to the next level too. So what it is $4,999. You need to call the office at 800-254-9506. Please do. If we want to get to 3 months to 6 months to 12 months, what are we looking to do? Goal should be $5 million. 3 months is to line you up. 6 months, you should have your first location. 12 months, you should have multiple locations as well. A corporation's a legal what? Person. From there, what's a division do? Line of defense. What are we willing to sacrifice? Division, not corporate and family. Now, it's like anything else today. What are you willing to lose? Family? No. Corporation? No. They sue the court. They sue